As people age, one of the most significant changes in their sleep pattern is the reduction in deep restorative sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep (SWS), or stage N3 of the non-REM sleep cycle. This stage is crucial for physical recovery, immune function, and memory consolidation. In younger adults, deep sleep can account for 20 to 25% of the total sleep cycle. But in older adults, this percentage often drops significantly, sometimes to less than 10%. Deep sleep is when the brain waves slow down, breathing becomes steady, muscles relax, and the body carries out essential repair work such as tissue growth, cell regeneration, and the release of growth hormone. As we age, the brain's ability to generate these slow waves declines naturally. This isn't just a matter of going to bed earlier or sleeping longer. Even if an older adult gets the same number of hours in bed as they used to, the quality of that sleep can be much lower because less time is spent in this critical restorative phase. A decline in deep sleep can have far-reaching effects on health. Without sufficient SWS, the body's repair processes are less efficient, making older adults more vulnerable to muscle weakness, slower wound healing, and decreased immunity. Cognitive functions, especially memory and learning, can also suffer because deep sleep plays a vital role in processing and storing new information. That's why many older people find it harder to remember details or feel mentally sharp after a poor night's rest. One reason for the drop in deep sleep is age-related changes in the brain's sleep-regulating centers, particularly in the hypothalamus. The suprachiasmatic nucleus (SCN), which controls circadian rhythms, becomes less responsive to cues like light and darkness, affecting the overall sleep structure. Another factor is that older adults often spend more time in lighter stages of sleep, stage N1 and N2, which are more easily disrupted by noise, temperature changes, or even a partner moving in bed. Lifestyle factors can worsen the problem. Less physical activity during the day, reduced exposure to natural daylight, and irregular sleep schedules can all contribute to diminished deep sleep. Additionally, conditions such as sleep apnea or restless legs syndrome, both more common in older age, can repeatedly pull someone out of deep sleep into lighter stages without them even realizing it. Improving deep sleep in older age requires both behavioral and environmental adjustments. Staying physically active, exposing oneself to daylight in the morning, avoiding caffeine and alcohol late in the day, and maintaining a consistent bedtime can help. Creating a quiet, dark, and slightly cool sleep environment also makes it easier to enter and maintain slow-wave sleep. In some cases, medical evaluation is necessary to address sleep disorders or adjust medications that may interfere with deep sleep. In short, while the decline in deep restorative sleep is a natural part of aging, it is not something to ignore. Prioritizing habits that protect and enhance deep sleep can significantly improve energy levels, cognitive performance, and overall well-being in older adulthood. Melatonin, often called the sleep hormone, plays a vital role in regulating the body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm. It is produced by the pineal gland in the brain, primarily in response to darkness, and signals the body that it's time to prepare for rest. In younger people, melatonin levels rise sharply in the evening, peak during the night, and gradually decline toward morning, promoting deep, restorative sleep. However, as people age, the body's production of melatonin tends to decrease, and this reduction can significantly impact sleep quality. Several factors contribute to lower melatonin levels in older adults. First, the pineal gland itself undergoes natural calcification and reduced activity with age, which limits its ability to produce the hormone. Second, aging can affect the function of the suprachiasmatic nucleus (SCN) in the hypothalamus, the brain's master clock that controls melatonin release. This means the signaling that triggers melatonin production in response to darkness becomes less efficient. Another important contributor is lifestyle and environmental exposure. Older adults are often less exposed to bright natural light during the day, which is essential for maintaining a strong circadian rhythm. Without enough daylight exposure, the body's clock can drift, delaying or weakening the natural melatonin surge at night. On the other hand, excessive exposure to artificial light in the evening, such as from TVs, smartphones, or LED bulbs, can suppress melatonin production even further, making it harder to fall asleep. Low melatonin levels can lead to several sleep-related problems. Many older adults find it harder to fall asleep at their usual bedtime, leading to delayed sleep onset. Even if they do fall asleep, they may wake more often during the night and have more trouble returning to sleep. The overall duration of restful sleep can be shortened, leading to early morning awakenings and a sense of fatigue during the day. Over time, chronic melatonin deficiency can contribute to more serious issues, including mood disturbances, reduced cognitive function, and a weakened immune response. While the decline in melatonin production is a normal part of aging, there are strategies to help maintain healthy levels. Increasing exposure to bright natural light in the morning and afternoon can strengthen the circadian rhythm and encourage nighttime melatonin release. Reducing artificial light exposure, especially blue light from screens, in the evening helps prevent melatonin suppression. Some older adults may also benefit from using blackout curtains or wearing an eye mask to ensure a dark sleep environment. For certain individuals, low-dose melatonin supplements taken under medical guidance help reset sleep timing and improve sleep quality. However, supplements are not a cure-all and work best when combined with good sleep hygiene, such as keeping a consistent bedtime, avoiding caffeine late in the day, and creating a calm, quiet pre-sleep routine. In summary, reduced melatonin production is one of the key biological reasons sleep often worsens with age. By supporting the body's natural hormone rhythms through light management, lifestyle adjustments, and, when necessary, supplementation, older adults can significantly improve their ability to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake feeling refreshed. As people grow older, one of the most noticeable changes in their sleep pattern is the tendency to wake up more frequently during the night. These nighttime awakenings can be brief, lasting only a few seconds or long enough to make it difficult to fall back asleep. While occasional wake-ups are normal at any age, older adults often experience them more often and with greater disruption to overall rest. This leads to lighter, less restorative sleep and daytime fatigue. Several physiological changes contribute to this increase in awakenings. First, aging naturally alters the architecture of sleep, with a shift from deeper stages to lighter stages. When more time is spent in light sleep stages, N1 and N2, the brain is more easily aroused by sounds, temperature shifts, or movements. This means that even minor disturbances, like a creaking floorboard or a change in room temperature, can trigger a wake-up. Health conditions also play a major role. Many older adults live with chronic illnesses such as arthritis, heart disease, or bladder issues that can cause discomfort or require nighttime bathroom visits. For example, nocturia, frequent urination at night, becomes increasingly common with age, especially in people with prostate issues, diabetes, or cardiovascular problems. Each bathroom trip interrupts the sleep cycle, often preventing a smooth return to deeper stages of rest. Pain is another significant contributor. Conditions like back pain, joint stiffness, and neuropathy can flare during the night, making it harder to stay asleep. Similarly, breathing disorders such as sleep apnea can cause repeated micro-awakenings as the body reacts to drops in oxygen levels. Even if the person doesn't fully remember waking up, these interruptions fragment the night's rest and reduce its quality. Lifestyle and environmental factors can add to the problem. Many older adults have irregular sleep schedules or spend more time napping during the day, which can reduce nighttime sleep pressure and make the body more prone to waking up. Bedrooms that are too warm, noisy, or bright can also contribute, especially since older adults tend to become more sensitive to environmental stimuli. Frequent nighttime awakenings can have a cumulative effect on overall health. Poorly consolidated sleep is linked to reduced memory performance, slower reaction times, and increased irritability. Over the long term, it may also weaken the immune system and contribute to cardiovascular risk. Daytime drowsiness from fragmented sleep can increase the risk of falls or accidents, making this a safety concern as well as a quality of life issue. Reducing nighttime awakenings often requires a combination of medical and lifestyle approaches. Addressing underlying health conditions such as managing pain, treating sleep apnea, or improving bladder control can make a big difference. Establishing a consistent bedtime, limiting evening fluid intake, avoiding caffeine late in the day, and keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet can also help. For those easily disturbed by noise, earplugs or white noise machines can minimize environmental triggers. In essence, Increased nighttime awakenings are not just an inconvenience but a sign that the body's sleep system is more fragile with age. By identifying the causes and making targeted changes, older adults can reduce these interruptions and restore more continuous, refreshing sleep. As people age, it's common to take more medications, both prescription and over-the-counter, to manage chronic health conditions. While these drugs may be essential for treating illnesses or preventing complications, they can also have unintended effects on sleep. In fact, medication side effects are a major yet often overlooked reason why many older adults experience insomnia, nighttime awakenings, or disrupted sleep cycles. One of the most common culprits is stimulant-like effects from certain medications, drugs used to treat asthma like some bronchodilators, attention issues, or even some types of antidepressants can increase alertness, making it harder to fall asleep. Corticosteroids, prescribed for inflammation or autoimmune conditions, can also cause a wired feeling, especially when taken later in the day. Diuretics, commonly used for high blood pressure or heart failure, can disrupt sleep by causing frequent urination. If taken in the evening, they may lead to multiple trips to the bathroom at night, fragmenting rest. Even mild sleep interruptions like these can prevent the body from reaching deep, restorative stages of sleep. Beta blockers, often prescribed for heart disease or high blood pressure, can lower melatonin levels, making it more difficult to fall asleep naturally. Some patients also report vivid dreams or nightmares while on these medications, further affecting rest quality. Certain antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications, while necessary for mental health, can alter REM sleep patterns. Some may cause excessive drowsiness during the day, leading to longer naps, which in turn reduce nighttime sleep pressure. Others may increase restlessness or cause periodic limb movements during sleep. Pain medications, particularly opioids, are a double-edged sword. While they can ease discomfort that might otherwise keep someone awake, they can also disrupt normal breathing patterns and increase the risk of sleep apnea. Over time, opioid use can alter the body's natural sleep architecture, reducing the time spent in REM and deep sleep. Even over-the-counter remedies can interfere with rest. Decongestants in cold or allergy medicines can have a stimulating effect, and some antihistamines, though sedating at first, can lead to a rebound effect, where sleep becomes fragmented. Herbal supplements, though perceived as natural, can also impact sleep either by overstimulating the nervous system or interacting with other medications. The challenge is that older adults often take multiple medications at the same time, a situation known as polypharmacy. The combined effects can amplify sleep disruption, making it harder to pinpoint the specific cause. This is why medication review is so important. A doctor or pharmacist can assess whether certain drugs could be switched to alternatives, taken at different times of the day, or reduced in dosage without compromising health. Managing medication-related sleep problems often involves both medical adjustments and good sleep hygiene. Taking stimulating medications earlier in the day, avoiding caffeine, creating a quiet and dark sleeping space, and sticking to a regular sleep-wake schedule can help counteract side effects. In short, while medications can be life-saving, their impact on sleep should never be ignored. For many older adults, a few strategic changes guided by a healthcare provider can dramatically improve sleep quality without sacrificing treatment effectiveness. Physical activity plays a vital role in regulating the body's internal clock, boosting energy during the day, and promoting deeper, more restorative sleep at night. However, as people age, daily movement often decreases due to health conditions, mobility challenges, or changes in lifestyle. This drop in activity can have a direct and powerful impact on sleep quality, making it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake feeling refreshed. One of the main ways reduced physical activity affects sleep is by lowering sleep pressure. Body's natural drive to rest. Sleep pressure builds up during waking hours, fueled by the accumulation of a chemical called adenosine in the brain. When activity levels are low, especially in the absence of mentally or physically stimulating tasks, this pressure may not reach the threshold needed to trigger quick, deep sleep. This is why older adults who spend most of the day sitting or lying down often have difficulty falling asleep at night. In addition, a lack of movement can weaken the circadian rhythm, the body's 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. Physical activity acts as a strong signal to the brain about when it's daytime, helping synchronize internal clocks. Without regular exercise or outdoor movement, this rhythm can drift, leading to irregular sleep patterns, earlier bedtimes, or unwanted early morning awakenings. This effect is even more pronounced when reduced activity is paired with limited exposure to natural sunlight, which is another key circadian regulator. Low physical activity also contributes to other health issues that can further disrupt sleep. For example, insufficient movement can lead to weight gain, which increases the risk of sleep apnea condition, where breathing stops repeatedly during sleep. It can also worsen joint stiffness, muscle weakness, and poor circulation, all of which can cause nighttime discomfort. Additionally, inactivity is linked to higher rates of depression and anxiety, both of which are known to interfere with sleep quality. On the other hand, regular physical activity, even light forms like walking, stretching, or gentle yoga, has been shown to improve sleep duration, increase time spent in deep sleep, and reduce nighttime awakenings. Exercise helps regulate stress hormones, particularly cortisol, which in high levels can make the body feel alert when it should be winding down. It also raises body temperature temporarily, and the subsequent cooling afterward promotes drowsiness and relaxation. For older adults, improving daily movement doesn't have to mean intense workouts. Incorporating low-impact activities, such as brisk walking, gardening, swimming, or Tai Chi, can make a significant difference. Strength training with light weights or resistance bands can also support muscle health and reduce nighttime discomfort. Ideally, exercise should be done earlier in the day or at least 3 hours before bedtime, since vigorous activity too close to sleep can have a stimulating effect. In essence, reduced physical activity is a silent but potent contributor to poor sleep in older age. By consciously integrating more movement into daily routines, older adults can strengthen their circadian rhythm, build healthy sleep pressure, and enjoy deeper, more satisfying rest, improving both their nights and their overall health. A consistent sleep-wake schedule is one of the most important factors in maintaining healthy, quality rest. Unfortunately, as people age, it's common for this rhythm to become irregular. Older adults may find themselves going to bed at widely different times, waking up earlier or later than usual, or napping unpredictably throughout the day. While these changes may seem harmless, they can have a profound effect on the body's ability to get restorative sleep. The human body operates on an internal 24-hour cycle called the circadian rhythm. This biological clock, regulated by the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus (SC), and coordinates essential functions such as hormone release, body temperature, and alertness levels. One of its most critical roles is managing the sleep-wake cycle. When bedtime and wake-up times are inconsistent, the circadian rhythm becomes misaligned, making it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake feeling refreshed. For many older adults, irregular schedules arise from lifestyle changes after retirement. Without a fixed work routine, there's less external pressure to maintain set wake-up and sleep times. Social activities, television, or reading may extend late into the night, while daytime naps, especially long ones, can reduce the body's natural sleep drive in the evening. Over time, this leads to circadian drift, where the body's internal clock no longer matches the desired bedtime. Health conditions can also contribute to schedule irregularity. Chronic pain, nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, or breathing problems may wake a person repeatedly during the night, causing them to sleep in later to make up for lost rest. Similarly, depression or anxiety can disrupt the consistency of sleep habits, with some individuals sleeping far more than usual and others sleeping far less. Light exposure plays a major role in regulating sleep schedules. Natural daylight in the morning signals the brain to suppress melatonin, the sleep hormone, and promote alertness. In the evening, darkness signals melatonin release to prepare for sleep. However, many older adults spend more time indoors during the day, missing these vital cues, and instead are exposed to artificial light from screens in the evening, which delays melatonin production and pushes bedtime later. The result of irregular sleep-wake schedules is often fragmented, low-quality sleep, even if total sleep time appears adequate. The lack of synchronization between the body's clock and actual sleep times reduces time spent in deep and REM sleep stages. This can lead to daytime fatigue, irritability, slower thinking, and even increased risk of falls due to reduced alertness. To improve sleep quality, Older adults benefit greatly from adopting consistent sleep hygiene practices. This includes going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, exposing oneself to morning sunlight, limiting naps to 20 to 30 minutes early in the day, and creating a calming pre-sleep routine. Avoiding caffeine, heavy meals, and screen exposure in the evening further supports the body's natural rhythm. In short, irregular sleep-wake schedules disrupt the delicate balance of the